Hey guys, before the video gets started, if you hear any type of noise in the background, that's my nephew. He's visiting he's on spring break this week, so he's visiting for the week. So if you hear any noise, that's him. Okay. So what is up, guys? Faces Gaming here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. It's been a minute since I've done a video, and again, the last time we did a video was that Mugen update that I made, and oh my. Get out of my face, silly little computer. But welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video, as you can see on screen, we are doing something a little bit different from our typical Call of Duty tier list. We're going to be doing a Call of Duty perk tier list, and this tier list is quite simple. We're going to be ranking the perks based on how effective they are. Okay, so we have S plus, S tier, A tier, B tier, and then C tier being the lowest. So let's see. We have from World at War all the way up to Black Ops Cold War. Okay. So let's go ahead and hop straight into this list, and let's start with BO1 and BO2 Deadshot. First introduced back in BO1's Call of the Dead. Deadshot costs how much? I think it costs like what? It costs 1,500 points. And essentially, it automatically locks onto a zombie's head and allows you to get a headshot. Now, this is very good on console, not very good on PC. In fact, on PC, it costs 500 points less to get Deadshot because, well, on console, you have aim assist, so that makes so. Having any type of assist should make headshot assist is good. So, Deadshot is not a perk I normally go out of my way to buy. Not really. I don't really buy Deadshot if it's on a map. But again, it is useful if you want to get headshots. But personally, I don't really use Deadshot all that much. Now, if this were the Cold War version, which I don't see on this list, I think I don't think they have the Cold War version. But if this was the Cold War version, I'd put it probably up in A tier. But because this is the Black Ops 1 and 2 version, I don't really use that much. I'll put Deadshot in B tier in terms of effectiveness, okay? Up next, we have Electric Cherry. First introduced back in BO2 on the map Mob the Dead, brought back in both BO2 and BO3 Origins in the Wonder Fizz machine. Electric Cherry, I'm putting this right up here in A tier automatically. It activates when you reload. The more empty your gun is, the stronger the effect. What more could you ask for? Literally, like, you can't go wrong with using Electric Cherry. I can tell you that much. I loved it. I loved getting this perk on Mob of the Dead. And if I get it from Perkaholic and BO3, it's even better in my opinion. All right. Up next, we have I think this is like the only new perk in Black Ops. Yeah, this is the only new perk in Black Ops Cold War. We have Elemental Pop. Elemental Pop, it's a perk that will randomly pop one of the many alternate ammo types in Cold War, like Napalm Burst, Shatter Blast, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, why not? Or Turret, of course, or Brain Rot as it's called in Cold War. At tier 1, it just does that. At tier 5 and at tier 2 and at tier 5, you have the electric cherry ability, excuse me. So every time you reload, you have a electrical field around you. I'm gonna put Electric Cherry in B tier. It's not a perk that I go out of my way to go get. I mean, if it's Cold War, I'll get it just to have it. And in Modern Warfare 3, I'm not really like foaming at the mouth to go get Electric Cherry. I mean, not Electric Cherry, Elemental Pop. It's a pretty cool perk, but again, it's not a perk I'm too excited about. All right, now we have PhD Flopper from Black Ops 1. Oh well, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 3, and of course Cold War and Modern Warfare 3. Simply put, Flopper is a great perk. Flopper is a really great perk. It costs 2,000 points. It was first introduced back on the BO1's Ascension, and simply put, you don't take any fall damage whatsoever in the original Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. You take no fall damage, and you suffer no self-explosive damage, no splash damage. So you can get an RPG or a ray gun and shoot it at your feet, and you can literally just get to high rounds with no issues. Now, in Modern Warfare 3, it doesn't grant you fall damage immunity, but it does keep the flopper effect. So the higher you flop, the bigger the explosion. I mess with Flopper. I'm putting it in A. I mess with PhD Flopper specifically because of the splash damage immunity. And in Modern Warfare 3, Flopper also keeps you protected from Hellhound fire. Just to let you know that. Yeah, that's a secret little buff that not many people talk about. But if you're a PhD Flopper and you're dealing with Hellhounds on Modern Warfare 3. You are like you can stand in any type of fire. You could throw a Molotov at your feet and you'll be just fine. You could throw a thermite, you'll be just fine. Any type of fire, you will not, nothing will ever happen. Okay. All right, moving up next. I think we have our first S tier. This is Double Tap 2 from Black Ops 2. I'm putting this straight up in S tier. Double Tap 2 is a great perk. Double tap 2 not only increases your gun's fire rate, but it also shoots an extra bullet when you have it. So you shoot 2 bullets at the same time, essentially giving you double damage. The Double Tap 2 was first introduced in BO2 on Transit and brought back again in BO3. So simply put, if a map has Deadshot 2, you're gonna want to grab it, especially if your guns aren't doing as much. All right, up next, we have for the next 3 perks, we have some Black Ops 4 perks, so this should be interesting. First up, we have Bandular Bandit. Bandular Bandit essentially is a perk that gives you more ammo. Essentially put. Now, in a game like Black Ops 4. Where it's Black Ops 4 is a more traditional traditional zombies, traditional ROM-based zombies, mind you. Bandular Bandit is not a bad thing to have, especially when you have a wonder weapon like the ray gun, like a Tundra gun, or the Circuit's Kiss on 9 and whatnot. I'm gonna give Mirstein though. I don't really use Bandular Bandit all that much though. Not really, I don't. But it is an effective perk. There is an effective perk. I'll give it a name. It is an effective perk. It gives you more ammo. Up next, we have Blaze Phase. You crouch to generate energy, and then when you stand up, you shoot forward and release that. You shoot forward and just release all that energy that you stored up, and you kill zombies that way. I don't really use Blaze Phase all that much. Not really. I'll put it in C. I don't really use it that much. Not really. Doesn't seem like again. It's not a perk that I go out of my way to get. Up next, we have Blood Wolf Bite. We have Luna. Simple. Okay, here's another perk in Black Ops 4 that I don't really go out of my way to use. I have my definitive perk set up in Black Ops 4, so I don't really go out of my way to kind of experiment. You know what I mean? So Blood Wolf Bite, I'll put in B just for Luna, but I don't really use it all that much. Who's Who, I'll put it in C. It's another perk I don't go out of my way to buy. This perk was first introduced on Black Ops 2's Die Rise, and essentially, if you go down, you spawn a doppelganger of yourself. High five. You essentially spawn a doppelganger of yourself that runs around with a M19. Now, the best part about this perk is that you can buy other perks with this perk, and then revive yourself, and you will have a ton of more perks. But again, who's not really a perk I go out of my way to buy when I'm playing when I'm playing Die Rise, and it's only on Die Rise. This perk does not come back at all in any of the zombies maps, so it sits in C tier because again, it's not a perk I think about. Okay, we have. I think this is an Infinite Warfare perk. Is this the Speed Cola perk? I can't tell. I think this is the Speed Cola perk. I believe so. I'll put it in. If this is Speed Cola perk, I'll put this in S tier, of course. If it's a Speed Cola perk from Infinite Warfare. essentially.
Jojo, Bowser's hard to
I really don't have much to say about this perk. It's a speed cola perk. It lets you reload faster. First introduced on Zombies in Space Land, so nothing much to say about there. Up next, we have Deadshot Dealer from Black Ops 4. It works the exact same as Deadshot, so I put it in B tier as well. It works the same as the Deadshot Daiquiri. It ain't nothing much more. Everything I said for Deadshot Daiquiri, Deadshot Dealer does the exact same thing. Alright, up next we have Death Perception, first introduced in Black Ops 4. Now, the Black Ops 4 version, I don't really use that much. Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 have made me love this perk. So I gotta put this perk, I'll put this perk in A, just behind Flopper. In Cold War, and not only they let you see zombies and like chat and I can't speak. It not only lets you see zombies through walls in Cold War, but it also lets you generate a ton more salvage and scrap. So you get double salvage and double scrap. So before you exfil, you could be swimming in scrap and salvage in Cold War. And in Modern Warfare 3, the only thing it does, it lets you see like lootable items like chests, duffel bags, ammo crates, and whatnot through walls. It's a pretty handy perk. It's a pretty handy perk to have, especially when you're trying to loot. Okay, so next up we have an S plus tier perk, and I don't even think I need to talk about it. But it is Juggernaut. First introduced all the way back in World at War on the map Varud, and it's been in almost every single zombie map that isn't Black Ops 4. Jug is a universally great perk. And the Cold War version of Jug, tier 5, you're literally a god. There's nothing much more I can say about Jug. It's a great perk. It's the first perk you grab when you first start saving up points in zombies, of course. This is a great perk. Again, I don't need to talk about Jug. Not at all. Not at all. Well, the one thing I will mention is that it increases your health. It increases your health, allows you to take more hits before you go down. So, again, a universally great perk. Up next, we have another pretty good perk. We have Dying Wish. Dying Wish is a perk that when you lose all your health, you get taken down to 1 HP, and you enter a berserker state where all your melee attacks deal double damage. So, Dying Wish, literally, I'm putting it in A just above. I'm putting it in the A tier just above Death Perception, because Dying Wish is essentially a crutch perk in Black Ops 4. If you don't have this perk, you're going to be taking a lot of down. Next, we have Electric Burst. It does the exact same thing. As Electric Cherry. Does the exact same thing as Electric Cherry, but it's just not as cool. Actually, no, I'll put it here. Electric Burst is basically just Electric Cherry, pretty much. It has the exact same logo and everything, so put it right there. Ethereal Razor basically boosts the power of your knife, make your knife more lethal. Again, it's another perk I don't really go out of my way to use, so I put it in B. I don't really go out of my way to use this perk at all. Alright, so next up we have Mule Kick. First introduced in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1, brought back in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and again in Black Ops 4 and Cold War. Now, the Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 versions, this perk is pretty simple. It allows you to carry 3 weapons. So you could have a primary, a secondary primary, and then a third primary. Now, if you go down with that third primary, you lose that primary. Okay, so just be warned, and then they take the older games. However, in Cold War, you have the ability to regain that third perk, regain that third weapon if you level it up to tier 5. So, in my opinion, also I should mention this. In Cold War, you can also regenerate ammo. You can also regenerate ammo from your weapon stock while that weapon is like put up. If you use say for instance you have like extra ammo left over in your ray gun, you swap your ray gun out for another gun, and then slowly your ray gun ammo is slowly replenishing while it's sat away. Essentially, it has the bandit effect. Well, the bandit modifier effect from Black Ops 4. But again, if I was basing Meal Kick solely on Cold War, I'd put it immediately in S. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm instead gonna put it in. I'm instead gonna put it at the I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A. And the same thing can be said for the Black Ops 4 Meal Kick. Put it in the same thing. It does the exact same thing as this one from Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and Cold War. It just allows you to carry an extra weapon. That's about it. Up next, we have PhD Slider. This is the Black Ops 4 exclusive PhD. It does the exact same thing as Flopper, but instead of flopping, you slide. So, this version of PhD does the exact same thing. Okay, it removes all splash damage from you, and if you slide, you store a charge. When you'll know you have a charge because your PhD perk will be glowing. When you slide again into it, if your slide connects with a zombie, an explosion will occur that'll kill all zombies on screen. It's essentially the flopping ability from the Flopper perk. And again, the higher and the greater the height, the more explosive the damage. PhD again, it's the exact same perk as this, so that's why I put it PhD Slider up here. Actually, I'll put it down in B tier. It's not Slider isn't as consistent as Flopper, so I'll put it in B tier. It's not as consistent. Alright, up next we have BO4 Quick Revive. Now, this perk doesn't actually work as it originally did. BO4 Quick Revive, BO4 Cold, this perk put this way. So, how do I explain this? I'm so stupid. Okay, so BO4's Quick Revive allows you to regenerate your health 50% faster. So if you take a lot of damage, your Quick Revive will instantly start regenerating your health. It's the same way in Cold War and the same way in Modern Warfare 3. It's the same way in Cold War and the same way in Modern Warfare 3. So for this, I'll put this in A. I'll put like BO4 code. This can stand for the BO4 Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 Quick Revive. Okay, and then this Quick Revive is from World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. Now, the World at War from the Quick Revive didn't really do anything outside of solo. Okay. In solo, in World at War, it did not revive you. If you bought this in solo, it was practically useless. This is a co-op exclusive perk where it allowed you to revive fallen teammates at double the speed. Now, in Black Ops 1 and up, solo Quick Revive gave you 3 extra revives. So if you went down with this perk, you could revive yourself and have another shot. This is essentially one of the crutchiest crutch perks in all of zombies. That's why I have to give it an S. I give it this an S specifically because of its solo utility. In co-op, it does the same thing as it did in World at War, where it allows you to revive your friends faster. It works the same way in like I said, in Black Ops 4, in Cold War, and in Modern Warfare 3 does the exact same thing. But again, it doesn't do the whole solo reviving thing like it does in Black Ops 1, 2, or 3. So that's why I put the next there. Up next, we have BO4's Secret Sauce. Now, Secret Sauce just randomly generates a perk that you already have. So if you have Secret Sauce equipped and you get it, you could get, say, PhD Slider, Deadshot Dealer, Blaze Phase, But Wolf Bite, Ethereal Razor, Stone Cold Stronghold, or any one of the mini BO3 perks, BO4 perks, I should say. This perk is not a perk that I go out of my way to get, so I put it in C. It's not really all that useful unless you're trying to spice your game up. That's about it. Okay, so next up we have wait, what's this taffy thing? I have no idea what that. I know this is from Infinite Warfare. I'm not sure. I think this is slap taffy. I think this perk increases your melee damage. I think if I got this right, I think this is what that does. Put this alongside Theory Razor in. I'll put this alongside Theory Razor in B tier. I don't really go on my way to use this when I'm in Space Land, so just put that here. Yes. Up next we have Speed Cola. So Speed Cola was first introduced in World at War Varrock, and it's been in almost every Call of Duty or Treyarch zombies, I should say. Again, it was first introduced in Varrock. It was brought back in BO1, BO2, BO3. BO4 as a modifier when you acquired all 4 perks in your map, and again in Cold War and in Modern Warfare 3. It was also brought back in Vanguard under another name. Speed Cola is exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to reload your gun faster, and in certain games, and in World at War BO1, BO3, it allows you to repair fix windows faster. In BO2, it doesn't do that, which is weird. Speed Cola gets an S tier. It goes right up here in S because it's another one of the core 4 perks that we had from World at War. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with getting Speed Cola, especially if you have an LMG. Speed Cola be your best friend. All right, up next we have Black Ops 4 Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 Stamina. So Stamina is exactly what it sounds like. It increases your sprint speed, and also increases your sprint fall off speed as well. Now in Cold War only, especially if you upgraded it to tier 5, it also gave you unlimited sprint and also gave you fall damage immunity. So think about it like this. You could literally jump from any height imaginable. Say you're playing Outbreak, you climb up to like the highest place in like the map, and you jump off. But you don't slide, you don't use your parachute, you don't do nothing. You jump off and you land, you'll take no fall damage. Stamina is a pretty darn good perk in Black Ops 4, Cold War, and in Modern Warfare 3, especially Modern Warfare 3, since that map is pretty huge. I'm gonna put Stamina at the bottom of A tier, right behind BO4 Quick Revive. It's a pretty excellent. I'm also gonna move BO4 Mule Kick down to B tier. Again, I don't go out of my way to get this perk all that much. You know what? And now again, the only reason why this version of Mule Kick is in A tier is because of Cold War. And speaking of, and we have another Stamina. This is Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3 Stamina. This version of Stamina just increases your sprint speed and sprint duration. In Black Ops 1, it's only really useful on the map Moon, especially like if an excavator is going, you need to get that to spawn quickly. And in Black Ops 2, if you're playing like Origins or definitely Transit, if you're playing Transit, this perk is a must. If you're playing Origins, this perk is a must, especially with all that mud. And BO3, it's not really as useful unless you're playing BO3 Origins, which again is a crutch perk that you need. Stamina, I think Stamina could go in the exact same spot as its BO4 Cold War Modern Warfare 3 counterpart. Yeah, I'll put it here in A tier because it basically does the exact same thing. It's a pretty clutch perk too. Alright, up next, going back to BO4, we have Stone Cold Stronghold. Now, Stone Cold Stronghold was a perk that I used a lot when I first started playing Black Ops 4 Zombies, but I don't really use it all that much. Essentially put, Stone Cold Stronghold is exactly what it sounds like. You stand still, and once you stand still for a few seconds, a blue circle will appear around you. The longer you stay in that circle, the more armor that you generate. And essentially, it's like what happens when you first pull out your specialist weapon in Black Ops 4. And when you first pull out your specialist weapon, say like the Chakrams or like the Path of Sorrows, you essentially get armor. And with Stockholm Stronghold, it does the exact same thing. Again, put it in C. No, put it in B. I put it at the bottom of B. It's not. This perk is not something that I go out of my way to use, but it's a pretty useful perk. Now, Time Slip. I'm already gonna give Time Slip an A tier. Time Slip is also introduced in Black Ops 4, and essentially it speeds up everything. It speeds up the box roll. It speeds up you drinking a perk. It speeds up you pack a punching. Basically, if you don't have Time Slip on, you're probably running Bandolier, or you're probably running maybe PSG or something like that. But Time Slip is a very good perk, I must say. Alright, up next we have Tombstone. First introduced on BO2's Transit, it was brought back again in Cold War and in Modern Warfare 3. Tombstone, simply put, allows you to regain everything you had before you died. Before you died. So when you down, you'll get a prompt that says "Don't feed the zombies." You hold the button. You hold probably X on Xbox, Square on PlayStation, and you'll despawn. When you respawn, you'll see a Tombstone eye power up. You'll see a gravestone power up where you died. You run over there and pick it up. You'll regain all your perks, all your weapons, and all the points that you had. Now, this is a pretty good perk. Now, this is pretty good perk if you want to grab any other perk. Say you have this perk and you didn't have Jug. You could go grab Jug and then grab Tombstone to have every perk on that set map. Now, in Cold War, Tombstone has Tier 5 Tombstone has the Who's Who effect, where if you go down, your doppelganger will spawn with all your weapons, all your points, and all your perks. And when you revive yourself with Tombstone equipped, you'll only lose that Tombstone perk and have every other perk. If this were BO3, if this were BO2 Tombstone, just for BO2, I'd put it at the top of B. But if we take Cold War into account with the whole Who's Who effect, I put it at the bottom of A. This is a pretty essential perk, especially if you're trying to do Easter eggs on Cold War, which aren't really all that hard to do, or if you're just doing Outbreak or something like that. All right, up next we have Trailblazer from Infinite Warfare. This is essentially stamina. Or is that stamina, or is this like Blaze Phase? I'm not sure. I have no idea. I don't really go on my way to use Blaze. Wait, is it? I have no idea. I don't remember. But this is Infinite Warfare perk. I guess I'll put it next to Slap Taffy and B tier, I guess I don't know what Trailblazers does. What is it does? I don't remember what it does. I think it does like the Blaze Phase effect. I'm not sure. But up next we have Vulture. Vulture, I'm putting immediately in S tier plus. It's a BO2 exclusive map, and it is exclusive to the map Buried. It costs 3,000 points, and essentially it allows you to see perks, weapons, and box through walls. So no matter where you are on the map Buried, you can see everything. And on top of that, there's a small chance that zombies will drop a bag of points worth 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 points. And there's also a chance they'll drop ammo from as little as 1 bullet to a maximum of 6 bullets. And certain zombies will have a green glow on them. You kill them, stand in that glow, your Vulture icon will glow green, and you'll be ignored by every zombie for a few seconds. I think this also works on zombie bosses too, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Vulture is a goated perk. This is probably the most powerful. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the top of S tier above. I'm also gonna move Dash up. I'm also gonna move this up here too. Yeah. Should I put Die One Shot there too? No. But yeah, Vulture A literally is probably one of like the best perks we've ever had in Call of Duty. It has not been brought back since. And I'm hoping with the next trailer again they bring this perk back, because, well, if they do, they might nerf it a bit because it's a bit too strong. That's why it hasn't been back. But Vulture is a pretty great perk. Up next, we're going back to BO4 with Victorious Tortoise. Victorious Tortoise is a shield-oriented perk. As long as you have a zombie shield on your back, you'll be protected from damage from every direction. Front, back, left, right, it doesn't matter. And when it explodes, and when it breaks, it creates an explosion that kills all zombies on screen. It's a pretty unique perk. I put it in B tier. Alright, I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it behind Ethereal. No, I'll put it in. No, I'll put it behind Ethereal Razor. I'll put it behind Ethereal Razor. I find Ethereal Razor to be a little better. Stone Cold. I'll also move Stone Cold Stronghold. I'll put it right here too as well. Yeah, Victorious Tortoise is not a bad perk to have when you have a shield. It's actually pretty useful. It's actually pretty useful. All right. Up next, we have the OG double tap from World at War and Black Ops 1. Simply put, this just increases your fire rate, nothing else. For World at War, I mean, okay, double tap 1, it's a classic perk. This is a classic perk. This is the big brother to this, if you don't know. I'm gonna put, but here's the thing though, double tap 2 essentially replaces double tap 1. So I'll put double tap 1 just in B tier, right behind. No, I'll put it at the top of B tier. I'll put it at the top, the tippy top of B tier. It's still a pretty good perk to have for like weapons that have a slower fire rate. But again, it doesn't have the double damage properties of double tap 2, and it just wastes ammo. Up next, we have another S tier perk in Widow's Wine. I'll put it at the bottom here. Widow's Wine is essentially another Juggernaut. If you don't have Jug, Widow's Wine is a great replacement. First introduced on BO3 Shadows of Evil, it costs 4,000 perks and replaces your regular frags with Widow's Wine grenades, which are shaped like sticky with like Simtex grenades from Black Ops 3's multiplayer. Simply put, every time you take a hit, your grenades will explode and trap zombies inside the webs. While they're inside the webs, they're immobilized, they can't move, and sometimes their head will be gone for an easy kill. And while they're in the web, you're also generating 10 points a hit. So, Widow's Wine is probably one of the most clutchest perks in all of Black Ops 3. While it's not as overpowered as say like Vulture, but it still is a pretty darn useful perk. And I love Widow's Wine. It's a really good perk. And having Widow's Wine on like BO3 and like Zombies Chronicles Nocturne Totem is like a godsend, if you ask me. Up next we actually have 2 Black Ops 4 perks. Okay, so up next we have Winter's Wail. Winter's Wail is going in S tier right behind Widow's Wine because essentially it's Widow's Wine, just with like one less charge. Winter's Wail works the same way as Widow's Wine, as in every time you get hit, your character will emit a ice wall, which will freeze all zombies in the area, allowing you a chance to escape whatever situation you got yourself stuck in. Actually, I'm gonna put it in S. It's not as good as Widow's Wine because it does have a cooldown. It does have a cooldown after every use, and it has to recharge. So that makes sense. Like you can't go wrong with like Widow's Wine with like a Winter's Wail Dying Wish combo. You cannot go wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put Dying Wish in S tier too because again, it's a clutch perk. Alright, our final perk on this list. We have been talking about a lot of perks. We have Zombshell from Black Ops 4. Zombshell essentially slows down zombies. So, when you have Zombshell, you have a chance to spawn an orb of energy that if any zombie gets stuck in it, it'll slow them down. This gives you a chance to kind of like weasel your way out of like a group of zombies if they're all around you. Like you basically this is another perk that acts like a get out of jail free card. I don't use Zombshell all that much, but it is a darn useful perk. I'm gonna put it right behind double tap in B tier. Again, it's not a perk I think about using all that time, but it is a very useful perk. Alright, let me take one more look to see if there's any perks that I need to switch. No, not really. I think we're good. Whew! Alright, so that'll do it for this quick little tier list I decided to put together. I have another idea for another tier list for zombies, so just stay tuned for that. But if you enjoyed this tier list, thank you, and please be sure to leave a like and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. See you guys in the next video. Love you guys so much. Peace.